Oh my word, we are on day 7. Now, years ago, I used to have a day a week. So every year I used to redo it, but every day of the week was a particular day to concentrate on something. And Sunday, day 7, which is what we're on today, on this 14 day, the art of manifesting your business and your career. So Sunday was all about slow down, relax, receive. Because if you're not giving yourself any time to receive, it is, the energy of receiving. If we're always pushing out, if we're always pushing away, it's very, very difficult for things to come in for us. So Sunday is to do with receiving. So we're going to ground in your soul values. We're going to embed in your sovereign element of your power, which is your soul, which is knowing exactly who you are, which is what we've been working on, so that you can stand your ground no matter who's around you. Wherever you lay your hat is your home. Wherever you go, you feel powerful because you start to know yourself. You start to really know who you are, what makes you tick, and what you really stand for. And that is some of the work that we've been doing, and then we're just going to progress further with that. So this is being able to understand your soul language, means that your intuition is being heard, that it is actually coming through and you're picking it up. And you're understanding when something happens in your vicinity and you're like, oh, that's odd. Why am I seeing that? Why am I noticing that? So years ago, when I was creating these dragon cards, because I had had a conversation and interview with a dragon, they told me to make them into the cards. So I spent ages splitting them all up, all the conversations, all the messages, splitting everything up into messages that I could then, and I do read them every single week for everybody in my group. And I was looking for an artist, and where's my artist? I like, is it this person? No, it's not that person, because I would get my yes and my no, and this is what I want to talk to you about today. So I used to say, well, is it this person? No, Fiona, will you stop looking? I understood the intuition that was coming through. The next thing that I was asking, is it this person? Is this going to be my artist? And they were exasperated, just going, no, just, will you stop looking? And I said, well, how will I know when I get my artist? How will I know? Just keep looking straight ahead, because I saw tram lines or saw train tracks, and my whole body and stance was just like, just keep looking straight ahead. I'm like, is that it? Like, when's it going to happen? Stop asking questions. When's it going to happen? How's it going to happen? Just keep looking straight forward. As a human, I get very, very irritated by that, because I want things now, like on my timeline. So at the end of the day, one day, that I've been asking all these questions, and I've just been getting, no, will you stop looking? Will you stop asking? Shutting down my computer for the night. And I was scrolling through Facebook, and I saw this young artist, and I went, wow, the way he draws those children, the way he draws those, oh, look at the eyes. That is the artist that I've been looking for, someone who could do eyes really well. And I asked, is this my artist? And I just got yes. And I went, oh my word. Okay, this is my intuition answering me. This is my guidance. This is my soul intuition and guidance coming through. The way I teach when I run my courses is like, the questions that you ask are very, very important, so that you can start asking the right questions, and you can start listening to the answers that come through. So the first task is, before you go into asking your yes and no, which will be your second task, but your first task is, when did you last go and spend time outside in nature? When did you go and do nothing, zip, nada, an hour, a whole morning? I remember when somebody suggested that to me, and I was like, are you kidding me? I'd have so much to catch up on. No dogs, no books, no phone, just empty your head. Because if your head is full, remember the last week, all the information was coming through. If your head is full, no information can land for you. Nothing can come through. Where's my next client? Where's my next acting gig? Where's my next cooking? Where's my next wedding? Where's my next? Nothing can come through to you if your head is busy. And I often get like knocked over the head with this particular one, because I'm a bit of a doer. So this is why this is so important. So find time to go and sit by a tree. Find time to go and sit by a river quietly. The beaches and things, they're just the energy's too busy around a beach. So normally it's somewhere quiet in nature that not very many people walk past. So that might be a bit tricky this time of year. But find a tree, sit by a tree, give yourself an hour, see if you can ramp that up to 2 hours or 3 hours. I was listening to somebody on YouTube, and he was saying, somebody said to him, like, how can you afford to sit and do nothing for that length of time? He goes, how can you afford not to? How can you afford not to sit and do nothing for a while to allow your intuition to come through? So that is task one. Now, these tasks that I'm giving you to manifest your business and manifest your career and listen to your intuitive guidance, these are very, very important. Now, the one today that is about listening to your yes and your no. So you heard my story just a minute ago about, how did I find the artist for my dragon cards? How did I get there? Because I was asking and I was listening to the response. Now, the first way that you often pick up intuition is with your yes and your no. So I'm going to ask you to just stand in a very relaxed way. Your knees are kind of loose. You've done your breathing, which is what we talked about before, this figure of eight. So you are breathing in and breathing out in a figure of eight, just through your body. Just allow things to slow the heck down. Listen into your heart. See what you can feel on your skin. Start going inside your body and taking reference from there. We're going to ask this question and your body will respond. So some people do it with kinesiology, and some people do it in other ways, pendulums and things. But this is just a very, very simple way that you don't need to dig out a pendulum when you're in the in the health shop and you're saying, is this product something that I need? And you get your yes or your no. And this is so simple for your intuition to come through for you. And it's something that you build up so much trust in. So when you're standing, legs evenly apart, hip width apart, you've done your breathing, you've come into yourself, you've gone inside, and you want to ask, please show me my definitive direction for yes. And you will get your definitive direction to sway either backwards or forwards. Some people kind of do a circle to the left, and other people do like a circle to the right. So just see how your body responds. The most common one is the body goes forwards or backwards, but eventually you'll be able to feel what's going on the inside. You'll be able to understand that's my yes. Like, why is she saying this, or why is he saying that? You'll be able to read when you're being in the middle of a scam, or when somebody's spamming you, or somebody's going to ghost you. You'll understand who you can and who you can't trust just by asking those questions, as well as when you go and buy something or go to the pharmacy and say, do I need zinc, or do I need colloidal silver, or do I need, you'll start using it for so many different things. And then, so once you've asked please show me my definitive direction for yes, and see which way your body sways for that, you can then start making sure that you test that every single time. And then you can start saying, well, please show me my definitive direction for no. This is your soul language that you are building up. So we were talking earlier on about how you listen to your intuition, and how else can your intuition come through for you? Like, what's the point of having your intuition? Like, how can it help you? So I've got several different stories. One of these stories is when I was in the UK and I had my Weimaraner, and he decided to just run away and chase this deer pew in the forest. We were in somewhere different. I was like, oh my God, he can't even find his way home from here. How on earth am I going to find him? Everybody around me starts screaming his name. Hello, Milo, where are you? Come back, come back. And I thought, oh, this isn't going to work. He is deaf and blind. Like, he's just deaf. He's gone. He's going chasing this deer, and he's like having the time of his life. So I said earlier on, and one of the tasks was to go and sit by a tree. Trees have an amazing access for you. Not only their root systems, their branch systems, but they are a conduit to source. So I went and stood with a tree. I chose like the mother oak tree in this forest. And I held onto its branch, and I just held onto it, and I said, look, I'm so grateful. But my name is Fiona, and my dog Milo has decided to just take a journey through the forest. I can't find him. I can't get him back. I can't run that fast. I can't call him. He's gone deaf. But you can. You know where he is, and you can see him, and you can feel him, and you can send out messages via the trees to call him back. But I'm not going to be angry. I'm not going to be cross. I'm not going to punish him. Like, he's had the time of his life. All I'm asking is for him to come back to me, but safe and sound. So I stood with this tree. Now, this is using your intuition and talking to nature and consciousness and everything. So this might be wild, but this is what happened, and this is possible. And I've done this several times, and my clients end up channeling and reading and using their intuition for so many things as well. So I closed my eyes and I said to the tree, look, this is what he looks like. This is the kind of stuff I do with my kids as well. They'd be like, when they were little, where's my coat? Where are my shoes? I said, well, I know where I are. I'm sending you an image. Get used to me communicating with you like that. But that's another story. So standing with this tree saying, this is the image of my dog. He has gone scarpering off and he's going to have a whale of his time. And then at some point he's going to go, oh, don't know my way back. Oh, don't know where mummy is. But of course, their sense of smell is really good. And I said, but I would like to see him coming down this pathway in front of me at some point. But can you just tell me when he's there so I can open my eyes and he will be there? And I don't know how long I stood with this tree. And in the background, I could hear people going, calling, still calling for him. I'm like, yeah, right. So I'm standing with this tree. My hands are on the branch or on the trunk of the tree. And I'm like, I'm just going to trust you that you can go out there and do it. I'm calling him back. I love him so much. He's going to come back and he's going to be so happy and so pleased with himself. He's gone running. He's chased after the scent of a deer. I'm just going to wait here. And at some point, I got the nudge to open my eyes. And there he was, trotting down this path towards me. I was like, oh, good boy. Good boy for going back. And, what's the point of being angry? Because he's like, well, why would I come back next time? Anyway, so intuition, your soul guidance, talking into nature, communicating with other souls, which is a lot of the work that I do as well. You talk to the soul of your clients. You listen to what it is that they have to say. You need to know what your soul says, but you also can listen in and find out. When I do a reading, it's finding the dynamic in a couple, finding the hidden dynamic in a health thing, listening to the hidden dynamic in your business. Like we speak to the spirit of your business. So this is how your intuition works. So 2 tasks today. One, go and sit by a tree in the river and just not in the river, by the river, and just slow the heck down. Take a couple of hours out, just go and sit. And the second thing, the sway test. Really get familiar with understanding your intuition, your sway test, your yes and your no. Please show me my definitive direction for yes, and please show me my definitive direction for no. So that's for today, and that is day 7.